Hi guys, welcome back to episode 12 of Mindless. Today we're doing pet peeves. So this is gonna be a pretty nitpicky episode. So I swear we're not this negative all the time, but we thought it'd be fun to do something about stuff we really didn't like. So without further ado, we're just gonna hop over to Eva for Riddle.
Okay, so the riddle is, I met a man on London Bridge. He tipped his hat and drew his cane. I already told you his name. What is it? I didn't realize until now that rhymes. Okay. Also, happy 12 episodes. This is a lot. That's a lot. Like an episode per
That's
week.
like 3 months
12?
of footage.
Yes.
Wow. Wait, say it again. I completely forgot half the stuff. So.
I met a man on London Bridge. He tipped his hat and drew his cane. I already told you his name. What is it?
This guy?
What's his name? The guy I met on London Bridge. Even though I've never been to London.
Bridge?
No.
Is the name this guy? Because he said I met this guy.
No, she said I met a man on London Bridge. She never said this guy.
Did you know some people's name, like their name is Guy?
I know someone. I knew someone. One of the parents of one of my friends in elementary school was named Guy.
Yeah, one of my another parent friend thing. Guy
Fieri. Like Guy.
Is it? It's in the riddle, right?
Of course.
Yeah, Kane.
That would be so annoying if it was just had jokes on you wasn't even in the riddle.
So if you said I met a man on London Bridge, would it be a man?
No.
Do you really think someone's name's gonna be man?
Maybe. Maybe their parents just didn't like the kid. They're just like,
oh yeah,
I
don't need this one. Move on to the next one.
In the future, that person will just be a
one
man.
day you're gonna be a grown man, and then they're like, honey, that's perfect. That's what we're naming our kid, man.
He tipped his hat and raised his cane. I already told you his name. What is it? Is that how the riddle ends? I met a man
on London Bridge. He tipped his hat and drew his cane. I already told you his name. What is it?
Andrew?
Yep. Yay! I was hoping if I read it fast enough you wouldn't catch it, but that was a good few seconds of questioning.
Whoa. I did not expect that, honestly. I'm just not that level of smart at this point.
Well, I was looking for anything that sounded like it could be a name.
Like an actual human name, not man.
And then I was like, because I kept on being like, he tipped his hat and drew his cane doesn't imply any sort of name at all.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you said it faster, I was like, wow, you said and drew very close together. Oh wait, that makes something. It makes a name.
Andrew.
Alright, so...
Oh, that name gives me anxiety.
The name Andrew?
I hate that name, Andrew.
Why?
Pet peeves, am I right?
Personal reasons.
That's fair. There are names I don't like for personal reasons, so I feel you.
So, on that note, we're gonna move on to pet peeves.
It's just God, don't worry about it.
It's just God, he's just saying hi. Okay, he left. God is no longer here.
God doesn't like you that much.
That's our title for the episode.
Seneca's right over here, she's beside it. God of Water, Seneca's side job, she works at freaking SeaWorld every summer.
I feel like SeaWorld would not be where the God of Water works. I feel
maybe she's just she's one of those people who casually fishes at the dock and is very mysterious and they're just there.
Like a grizzled old man who goes seal fishing?
I mean, unless Seneca fits that description, not exactly,
wouldn't it make more sense to be at the beach? Because I'm the god of the sea and ocean. I'm not going to be in some lake or
any body of water really just works.
It's better. It's more pure in the sea and the ocean.
Well, yeah,
I'll probably be at the beach.
Are you saying that?
No. You should be a magician. Do you know how much money you would make? Oh my God! Watch this water disappear. Just poof. Yes. Oh my God.
Everyone would want to know how you did it. No one would believe you.
Turn it into wine.
You'd do magic, and they'd be like, ah ha ha.
It's funny. Rises in the background, the lost kingdom just rises out of the water, and they're just like, huh.
Next time I'm sitting in my background, it's like just an ocean.
Okay. Molly, I love how you think the general populace's reaction to literal Atlantis rising from the literal ocean is, huh. Like,
I mean, weirder things have happened in 2020, I feel like. So if that happens, it happens, you know? It's just another thing. Maybe that's
I
what the
think
thing for October.
that's a little
it's
far-fetched.
you know that the John Mulaney meme, "This might as well happen." Not meme, the quote.
Yes. I love
Because
him.
that honestly, motto for my life, TBH.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
may as well happen.
Because
Mhm.
why not?
All right, so let's get started. So my first pet peeve that I actually wrote down was when like I like lie or tell the truth. Either way, like in let's say when we're playing Among Us and I'm just like laughing when someone's like, "Melanie, where were you when the body was found?" I'll be like, "I was in navigation." And they'll be like, "All right, she's this
Yeah.
idiot. He was the imposter." And I'm like, "No, it's not, I swear." And I start laughing as I say it. So all of these people that you're seeing on your screen right now just go, "No, no, 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 it's her. It's her." Even when I'm like, I can literally say the most basic thing, and if I laugh during it, people will think I'm like not telling the truth, or they'll be like, "Look me in the eyes and tell me," and then I just start laughing, and they'll be like, "Yeah, she's lying." But
don't
I can be like, "Yeah, I'm 16," and if I start laughing during it, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my goodness, she's lying."
I mean,
Yeah,
This
no.
person's a literal
I mean,
12-year-old
in
over
their
here.
defense, you do look like
What?
you don't look
Yeah.
16.
yeah. Child.
But like in general, like I just start laughing, like, and it's not something I can control either. I feel like some people can relate to this in the sense where when I try to say something, they'll be like, "Yeah, we just don't believe you because you're just laughing." So it never
Everyone
works out in my
sucks.
favor. I'm always like the one being kicked out when Seneca or Heather really isn't is the imposter. They'll be like, "Oh my goodness, Melanie, where were you doing XYZ?" And secretly they just killed off Eva, you know? And I'm just like, but uh, and I have no defense because anytime I try to defend myself, it just like the
Yeah.
laughing
It
counteracts
makes
it.
it worse.
Yeah.
It makes
I'm
it so
so more
much easier to
suspicious.
pin stuff on you. It's great. I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
it makes it so much easier.
I
That's
was
Yeah,
how Heather almost won.
I know that
Heather
was
almost won that day, and I was
honestly,
like,
if I hadn't just straight up murdered Eva, I would have won that.
yeah,
Poor
That was
Eva.
my bad. I should have
That
killed
was
someone
your fatal
else.
mistake.
yeah. I should have killed. Yeah.
No,
So
but you said like when you say the most basic things, so it just in my head went like a bunch of like just normal kind of like whatever sentences, but you laughing at the end.
oh no, then I laugh at the end, and then they'll be like, "Nope, this one right over here, this one over here, just
Liar.
murdered."
I have a really short story, but like if I laugh and you're not supposed to kind of thing, I'll try to like play it off and I'll cough. So like this one time, me and the editor were sitting at the rec center and like they had these ballroom classes going on, and so all the
Yeah.
people were coming out. This one lady, she like almost like kind of tripped, but she made this really funny noise and it like echoed in the room. And so I did that thing where you try so hard not to laugh, and you end up like snorting, and that also echoed. And so I went like, and then I like immediately started coughing to like cover it up, but it was so freaking funny.
No, yeah,
Like,
but
oh,
you can't cough now because in public, if you cough, they will like.
oh no, yeah.
He'll be
Yeah.
filleted.
This
But
was
yeah.
years ago, but it was yeah, it was
Oh,
great.
because like I have practice and whatnot, and like just throughout bouts, I would have that too. Where I just start suddenly laughing at and my opponent would just think I'm laughing at them for no apparent reason, and my coach would be like right next to me, like, "What the hell are you doing?"
You're like, wow, man, you really suck at fencing.
No, my coach is not like, "You're not taking this seriously." I'm like, "No, I swear I'm taking this seriously."
Mhm.
I have a bad habit of laughing when I'm uncomfortable, which leads
Mhm.
to
Oh
some
yeah.
unfortunate situations because like I shouldn't be laughing because it's not a good situation. But when I'm like uncomfortable, it's just sort of like instinct to chuckle a bit, which is poor. It's
Yeah.
just it ends poorly for me. I mean, not usually. Normally, I try and be subtle about it, but like if anyone saw me, they'd think I was a grade A. So
No, yeah, same. Because in freshman year, there was this one person who'd be like, "Why does she keep laughing?" And they'd say these really awful things, like these like controversially like this controversial topic, and they're like, "Now don't laugh." It can be
Mhm.
something about like um like world hunger or something like that, right? But then they'll do this thing where they stare me in the eyes, and I just break after like maybe 30 seconds. I'll just look at them and be like, "I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it, I'm doing it." And then I laugh, and they're like, "Say she's a horrible person." I'm like,
that's
you're staring at me like that, and I just can't take you seriously when you stare at me. It's
that's
not
just
this topic that's funny. Like, that's
Mhm.
awful, but you're staring at me, and I can't hold that in, you know?
That's
So,
just goading someone into that's the honestly, them trying to get you to laugh at depressing topics is like almost even more of a jerk move, right? Like, because if you actually found those topics funny, that would be,
That
a
would be
little
awesome.
oof. But like being like, you know what I'm going to do? Today I'm going to tell someone something really depressing and then stare at them till they laugh and then accuse them of being an like.
It was all
I
jokes,
mean,
but I was just like
that-
but it was like a daily thing, so I was just like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And I broke like every single time. It just did not work out for me.
This happened daily?
Oh yeah.
Did this
Doing
person not
nutrition.
have better things to do with their life?
We were at the same table for like months, so it just, it became a daily thing.
I mean, that's not like something I would do.
Honestly, Seneca trying to make me swear like every day and in our 8th grade history class.
And I got to
Oh wait, not
eventually.
8th grade, 7th grade.
Why were you trying to make her cuss?
Because
I
they
don't
found
remember.
out
It
I
was something
cussed.
Yeah, no, it's not
Like
like
the first time I cussed, they were like, "Oh my goodness, she curses, she speaks."
Yeah,
This-
no, so we tried to do it again.
Speaks.
This was
Literally.
during like the whole. This was during like the Warlords of Japan thing. So
Oh,
like
yeah,
just throughout
yeah.
the entire like week or two, we were just messing with her. I think I like slapped her at one point. That's what got her.
I don't think you slapped me. You did that thing with like,
With
how
the
there's
rubber
card
band. Was
and
it the
it
rubber band?
slings? No, it was like the card thing, and it's attached to the thing, so you can pull it out. Your student ID card. It was on this little.
Oh,
and
I remember.
you
I
flicked me with
slapped
that,
you
and I was
with
like,
that.
and then you were like, okay, let's go now. We did it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, I love that thing. I lost it.
Yeah, I think anyone who's been around me during Tech Week has sort of lost any sort of conception they may have had of my, verbal innocence because I just cuss like a sailor.
Verbal
It's bad.
innocence.
It's the more tired I am and the more stressed I am, the more I sort of just like curse randomly.
Mhm.
It's I should probably curse less than I do. But it's fine. We won't worry about that now.
All right, Eva, you want to go for yours?
Okay, so one of my pet peeves is when like a person will text you, especially like a question, and I'll be nice and I'll respond like immediately or whatever, and then they just leave. There's nothing. There's no scene. I'm not even on red. They just are just gone. And I'm just like, what the heck? You asked me a question. I responded, which I don't even usually do. Usually, like, I'll be watching a video, a notification will come down, go, and then I'll forget about it, and then I'll go back and respond. No, if I respond like immediately and then they're just gone, and I'm like,
I feel like
okay.
Is
like
this
just like
I fall into that category though.
I feel like that's something I've done to you, Eva.
I've
so
done that a lot.
apologize.
No, I will send you stuff because I think it's funny and I think it's relatable. I'm like, she likes show tunes and musicals. Here, give this to Heather, and then you just won't ever respond. Not even like an LOL.
yeah,
Not even like, oh yeah. Like there's no, you couldn't even see it. I don't even know. There's no acknowledgement. I'm like,
There's no late response. There's just no response in
there's
general. And I'm just
nothing.
like,
I'm sorry.
I respond all the time.
oh yeah,
think.
Seneca's pretty good at it.
I did
Yeah.
get something you sent about Dear Evan Hansen, and I was like, oh hey, look, that looks interesting, but I was busy at the moment. So then I didn't look at it then, and then when I saw it later, I was like, well, it's been like a day and a half, so it'd be awkward if I responded now. So then I just didn't.
I was like, I thought maybe it was too weird for her. I'm like, maybe it's too weird for Heather. But I'm like, no, Heather's weird. She would be okay with it.
Wow, thanks.
I mean, you sent me a video of a robot just cussing every time it hit a wall, didn't you?
Oh, I
Was
love
you?
that one. Wait, I don't remember. I think I know what you're talking about. No, or when someone like I'll text Heather. Let's just use Heather's example. I'll text Heather and she won't respond to me, but then she'll go into a group chat over and just send. She won't even respond. She'll just send like a post that shows that she's just scrolling through posts, and I'm over here like maybe she didn't like it.
No,
I promise it's never because I don't like it. It's because like I don't like I see it and I either like don't know how to respond at the moment or I'm too busy to actually like look at what it is. And then I just
Too busy scrolling through Instagram posts, scrolling through the explore
And then
page.
she'll send us posts and be like, this is funny. I've been spending so much time on my phone. And I'm just like, okay. Put it in the corner.
I apologize. It's my naturally sort of I like the naturally sort of like flaky anxiety habit of I'll get to it later and then just never getting to it later. And then I'm
Yeah,
like, wow, I
the
never
Google
looked at
Doc.
that thing you sent me, and now I feel kind of bad about it. But I only opened this text conversation because I wanted to send you something else that's not related to this. So I guess I'll just not acknowledge it then.
Wait, I think I'm like the type of person that would like receive a message. If I don't read it, I would just be like, "Oh, I was at practice" or something.
You're
And use it as
always
an
at practice,
excuse.
so it's
You're
believable.
always at practice,
Like-
and like your schedule changes. I never know when you're busy or when you're not. It works for everything.
Yeah, no, it's a
Mhm.
great excuse for
Mhm.
everything.
Like for me, I've done that so much lately because I'll be watching a YouTube video, then the notification comes up, I go into it and I'm like, so I kind of want to finish up the YouTube video first.
Mhm.
So I watch it, and then hours later I'll be like, I feel like I'm missing something. So then I scroll through and I'm like, it's been 6 hours and I didn't text this person yet. So I'll still text back, unlike someone else. But
Listen,
I'll be like, yo,
Listen.
sorry, completely missed it. Completely missed
Listen.
it. I'm so sorry. Here's my text. And most of the time people don't care. They're just like, at least you got back to me like in a way.
Like
And I know you
something
weren't
you
just
know.
ignoring me. And I know
Oh
you
my
just weren't
gosh.
ignoring me.
Wait, no, I will respond to everyone individually. I will
Yeah.
not respond to if you text in a group chat though.
Oh yeah, I know that. I know
It
that.
pisses me off so much.
this is just this. Was that your pet peeve? Group chats?
I mean, no, I don't mind it, but like if it's like a conversation that I have no like reason to be involved in, I'm gonna be really pissed if you keep sending notifications or I'm
Yeah,
trying to do
I-
something on my phone.
I just turn on Do Not Disturb at that point and ignore it
Honestly,
for like an
some
hour and a
people
half.
talking
So
in
I
a
can
group
get
chat, I'm
on.
like, just
Like,
go privately.
Yeah, no, and then I feel like I'm missing out on something. Then
Yeah.
I see like 100 notifications. I'm like, no, I'm
Mhm.
not going
No,
through all
no.
that though.
No, no.
The problem though is that if you like originally texted because this happened to me a couple times before. I have been one of the who just sort of has what's essentially a private conversation in the group chat. But it's like
Wait.
you send out a text to the group chat, sort of like whether it's just like I don't know whether you're complaining about something or mentioning something, sort of like something that everyone can react to or
Yeah,
relate to that you think in some way. But only like one other person is on their phone at the moment, so they say something back. And so the two of you go back and forth for a little bit till eventually I'm like, wait a minute, it's just the two of us talking, but I don't know how to like ask the person if you
can't
want
be
to
like-
move this to the move this to
Right,
like the private
yeah.
chat without like it being kind of
Yeah.
awkward.
No, but like
Yeah.
I also do this thing sometimes where like I text one person and then I go to the group chat and start texting them in like two completely different
Yeah,
combos.
too.
But it's
I
the
do that
same.
too.
Same. I've done that so many times.
It's
Okay, we don't know.
emotional evil a lot.
Yeah, no, okay. So the problem is that we are all weird, and so I'll be like doing homework. I'll see a notification, and I'll like look, and it's just like whatever. I'm like, I'm busy. I need to put my phone away. So I come back. It's like 500 new messages, and then I'm like, I'm not reading all of those. But then the problem is we call, and then they're like, okay, updates on like the wizard that poops cubes, and I'm like, what? I missed something, but I'm not going to read those 500 messages. But I'm like, what? Because you guys send weird stuff, so it's like in there with the 500.
Or like even worse, when you have multiple conversations going on and you send the wrong text. And we're weird. Like I have some weird friends I'll have weird conversations with. And there's this one time I accidentally like texted them. I was right outside their house and I'm like, yo, can you get out of your house quick? Because there's this half naked man gardening in his front yard. And I sent it to the wrong person. I was like, and they're just like, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, wrong person. And thank goodness they found it funny, but I was like embarrassed.
Yeah, same. Oh,
Melanie-
I have one podcast related. Like the first few episodes I was editing, and then I thought I sent a text to Melanie because if you watch, which you should totally watch our like childhood stories.
Yeah.
There was one where Melanie says like, and then I kissed a guy or whatever, and like cuts off or whatever. And I wanted to ask her if I should like cut it because she wanted to keep like secret or whatever, or if she wanted whatever. And I sent it to the wrong person. So this
I remember
person
that
just got a
one.
text that was like, hey, do you want me to cut out the part where you say I kissed a guy? And then like she didn't even respond for like a good few hours. Like someone I know, Heather. And I felt like really awkward. And then afterwards I was like, sorry, you should totally check out our podcast. Really awkward.
Promoted.
They're nice. It was fine, but it was like,
They're a really nice person. So like,
Melanie,
you know.
I would like to posit it out there that if you sent me a text that was like, get out of me. That was like, get out of your house now. There's a man half naked gardening next door. I would legitimately leave the house and stand there in the driveway and then be like, Wait a minute.
I would be like, how do you know? I would just be like, no, I'm 2 states away.
No,
Like,
because at
no.
least I realized like within 10 seconds I was like, oh no, sorry, wrong person. So I didn't give them time to like react really.
Right.
I was like, because I scrolled on the text and I was like, wait, this doesn't look like our text chain because it's too normal. And I look at it, I'm like, oh no.
At least you caught it. Yeah, if it had been like 5 hours and then you caught it and they had text back like, what? And then, yeah.
I'm the type of person that don't catch these mistakes. Like I'll send so much random stuff and not know who it is, and I just move on from it.
And then you're like, I'm at practice.
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I was high from, I don't know.
Wait, so you sent someone the wrong text and then you're like, sorry, I was high. That's a good excuse.
Is that any better? Like, is that a valid explanation?
I
That's
mean-
unquestionable.
Honestly, I could just be like, I'm sleep deprived or something, or like I was at practice and it was work. I was texting while at practice.
I'm sorry I sent you this really strange text about tomatoes. I was at practice.
Like, there's just so much
You're really
correlation
getting
between the two. Yeah. Oh. All right, Seneca, do you want to go with your pet peeve?
Yes, one of my biggest pet peeves are anyone that walks or drives really slowly, especially when I'm trying to get somewhere. Like this is
Mhm.
one of the biggest things is like, especially in like sixth grade or like middle school, we had like a math hall completely separate from like the rest of the school, and it'd just be like the hallway to get to your classes and a cliff or like like a hill, right?
When you're so done with school, there's a cliff nearby. Go for it.
Honestly, I would have jumped right off. Would have been great. No, but it was a hill, and like there'd just be like sixth graders in there that would just like talk in a circle, so you can't get through or anything, or like they just walk in a line, so you can't get around or anything. You just have to wait for them to get to your class, and it's so annoying.
Especially when it's raining, because it's like, well, I don't want to get super wet, but these gosh darn sixth graders are just clumped together like sardines, and they refuse to part for people who want to get past. So I guess I'll just, walk all the way around, like through the rain, like 15 feet, and then go to class, because it's not like it's 8 in the morning and I'm cold anyway.
And then you walk on the hill, get yelled at by like 5 different teachers for walking on the hill.
Exactly. Okay, if I'm by myself, I walk really fast because I'm like, I don't want to just stand around doing nothing. And I don't know. One time I left my, this was in middle school, I left my umbrella in the cafeteria. So I went back to get it, but it was raining, so my feet were wet, and I like fumbled. I almost like fell in front of like everyone in the cafeteria, and I almost like slammed into the fire alarm.
Fire
Yeah.
extinguisher? Oh, and then you just
No.
made like a fire. I'm like,
I almost fell into the fire, and then I went back outside, almost fell off a cliff. Middle school.
We
am I
went to
right?
a very
Middle school
dangerous
days.
middle school.
But
it's
like,
just how it was laid out.
yeah, that just reminds me of that one time I told you I saw this like freshman when we were sophomores. There was this freshman that just straight up like there was a line of guys, that line of guys in like around
Oh, it
history
bothers me
hall,
so much. Oh.
and she just goes and cuts
Wait.
that freaking line, walks right through, and I was like,
Yes.
you go, girl.
Wait, no, this
Honestly.
one time I was like finishing like PE or something, and like basically it was this building, and it just like, when the bell rings, the group of people just like runs in through this one set of double doors, and then I had to get out to get to my next class, right? So I just elbowed this guy and walked away.
Hey, do you,
God is like approving or disapproving. Either way, he's like, oh, what now?
do you guys, I don't remember who was there. We were walking up to the math hall, right? And I can't remember, it was like in 7th or 8th grade. I think it was in 8th grade. It doesn't matter. And we passed this, I think he was like a 6, I don't know. I didn't know him. He was like a grade or 2 below us. And we passed this dude, and he was just, I don't even remember the exact wording, but he was like talking about how he managed to get a sunburn on his
butt.
And then we spent the entire rest of the conversation up to the mouth hall like, How do you even do that?
Why is it out in the sun?
Yeah.
Put this in the real
Um,
clip.
I
This
don't
might be
think
an
I was-
extra or just
Still
cut
be a
out,
bonus.
honestly. Because,
I
yeah.
wasn't there for that. What? I don't remember.
Yeah, he was talking to his friend and was like, man, I sunburned my
Butt.
dick. I was
Red
all like,
flag? What is going on?
yo,
Like,
I don't. Who was? I know there was someone else there with me. I think there were two other people. Who was there
I
for
don't
that
think-
lovely conversation?
I wasn't there
I
for
was
it.
there.
Ah,
Wait, who else was
Is
there?
there
I
a
don't
second
Exact
being
wording.
from above now?
Wait, if it was 8th grade, it was probably from like 5th grade to 6th grade. It might have been me or Melanie. It had to be one of us then.
yeah, I think it was.
It may
one
have
of
been
you.
me.
I think
but
it
I
was
don't
you,
remember
guys.
the
me.
specific
I was
conversation.
When the teacher asks what happened over the weekend. Wow. Don't know about you all.
As you can see.
Isn't it?
Secondhand when you guys like talked about it in a group chat, like you guys mentioned, and I was like, hold up, what? And then I caught on to it and I sent a meme about it because it was like something about that, and I was like, but I never actually heard the story until now. Like,
Oh, yeah. Wait, you remember the exact wording? Because I don't. It was really weird. I don't even remember what he said. Is she still listening?
I have no idea what he said either. I just remember hearing the because we weren't paying attention until we heard the words sunburn on my.
Butt.
Oh no, I'm just thinking about all the possibilities that could have gone before those 3 words. Could have been like anything.
I think he might not have been talking about like
How would you,
reality, like yeah,
kissing
this
sugar
actually
or something,
happened.
And then it somehow just
Oh,
I
But
hope
That's
it
true,
didn't
it
actually
could've been a
happen.
dream.
Jeez.
they were probably like making a joke. I don't know. They were middle school boys. But
Ah,
all that we
inside jokes.
thought was just sunburn on my.
Butt.
We were all like,
Hold up. Wait a
Okay.
minute.
Heather, do you have one? Do you have
one pet.
Are you okay?
Wait,
Melanie, what's up?
Are you okay? God is here to help.
Careened out of the frame.
You see this? I was like I pulled one off because like I just like to fiddle and it dropped and I don't know where it is. Oh.
Also,
So you guys keep talking. I'm gonna listen and give input, but I will be trying to. Oh, I found it. Okay, we're good now.
Melanie's trying to find her ball.
I know, right? Exactly. I was not gonna make that joke, okay? I was thinking, but I was like,
knew
don't
it was
Eva.
gonna come
No,
up.
no,
I just
no.
didn't know which one of you was gonna be the culprit about it. So we have all of them back.
all
It's
3
been me
of them.
lately.
Wow.
I mean, it goes along with the sunburn on my
Butt.
just 3 balls. Like we're just
Enjoy.
Clip on
perfect.
itself.
We're experts at transitions.
Yes.
Woo, segues. God is back. He disapproves.
God is like, yes.
You're
No,
welcome.
God is like, no.
Oh. Is it just disapproval every time it hits?
I think so.
Trying
think
to
it's
cleanse you.
The harsh white light of disapproval.
Exactly. No, God, holy stuff. No.
So one of my biggest pet peeves is people talking or especially laughing while I'm trying to focus on something. And I know this because there was time back before Charlie went to college when they were still living here. I would be like trying to like read my history book or whatever, do some history homework or do some sort of homework. And they would be watching like a YouTube video and they would chuckle at it. And I would just turn at them and I'd be like, stop laughing. And they'd be like, they'd be like, I'm sorry, this is funny. And I'm like, well, it's distracting. And they were like, well, you can move. So then the 2 of us would just sort of like argue a little bit, and then they would go back to watching their YouTube video, and I would go back to doing my homework. But like every single time they laugh, I would just turn around and snap at them because I just
Stop having fun. I'm
As
trying to
you
work.
should, you know.
and they,
as you
and they were always like they were really befuddled. They were like, what did I do wrong? I don't know what it is about it, but it just distracted me so bad, and it was so infuriating because I like was having trouble focusing anyway because one of just this history book droning on and on about like dusty old men and their dusty old wars. Like it's not very engaging anyway. That's literally history is mostly about dusty old white men. At least American
Let's
history
just
is.
hope our teachers never see this in any way, shape, or form. And
I mean, we've insulted them for an entire episode.
I hope veterans are just not like, you whippersnapper, and my dust blows.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I didn't even
We
know.
don't need to review. It's fine. It was a
Did you
really
say-
bad impression.
Did you
No,
say, oh, young whippersnapper, my dust blows?
Sure.
where are you guys getting this from?
Mean.
Just a veteran trying to like fight against you. Like, no, my dust blows, kid. Shut your mouth.
Is that a new saying now?
What the?
Like,
What
Has that been a saying?
what does that say? You've created a whole new like idiom, Eva. What does it mean?
I have no idea.
I don't even know what she said. No, she said, "Oh, you young whippersnapper, my dust blows."
maybe it'll be
Oh,
like one of
that
those
could mean
old
so
people
many
being like, "Oh,
things
this
if
thing
you
was
think about
great,"
it.
you know, like some
I mean,
old
honestly,
person just
just
being like,
try
"It's
to-
great, you just don't get it."
No, if you just try thinking about it, it could be so many things.
So that was today's episode of Mindless. I really hope you enjoyed.
Oh,
So
right,
sorry
you're
if
still
we
going,
sort of
sorry.
kind of scarred your mind. Well, but that's probably going to be in the bonus, so you're fine. You have witnessed the innocent part of it. But if you want to watch us talk about something less appropriate, that is going to go up tomorrow. So yeah, so that was today's episode. If you liked it, please like the video, subscribe, do all that, and yeah, we'll see you next week.